Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to A Drink with Crazy. I'm mostly over the ick. So I found out after the live stream, my audio sounded effing horrible. It sounded like I had the gain rolled way up, probably because I didn't update on my soundboard. But anyway, if I sound like really like hot, I can still kind of hear it a little bit, but I can't hear it as much as like the stream does. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm going to have to sit here and do testing and stuff like that. I apologize for my terrible audio. If it's coming through terribly right now, if I have high gain right now, I am sorry. I'm going to have to figure that out. I did an update, and updates messed with some stuff. How is everybody doing tonight? I have no idea what's going on in the world. Usually I try to pay attention to things, but I've been very busy at work the last few days. Lots of long drives to one of my locations. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to my location. Then after that, it's 6 hours of OSHA training for the last few days. And then it's 2 hours and 45 minutes back to my house. So how is everybody? Yes, I did. I started the COD. It's going very slow though. It's going very slow. That my wife is in the chat. Just like, hey, did you do the COD download? Yes, it's going. But it's going very slow. Oh, wait, no, it's speeding up. Never mind. It's fine. Why do you got to shame me on stream? Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So we're going to watch some videos tonight. Some I haven't caught up on. Some that got posted in the Discord, in the live stream reaction channel. I hope that you guys enjoy. And as always, let's start the night off with a prayer. And we'll say a prayer for those that we want to live happy, healthy lives and those that we are thinking about. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. All right. Well, like I said, I have no idea what's going on in the world. I'm going to trust the chat and their recommendations tonight. I've been doing this lately. I don't know if I should. You guys make it super sad for me. But anyway, hopefully the audio is good. It was really, 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 really bad Monday. And I apologize. I hate bad audio. That is one thing that I have always, always detested. So hopefully the audio is fixed. And if you guys are in the chat, do me a favor. Share this out and be like, hey, Drink with Crazy's live. You should come hang out. It's a fun time. It's fun time. Fun time had by all. But the other thing that I want to do is I want to share the Give, Send, Go for Mike S. Miller, who just had a stroke recently. He's a very good friend of the channel. I absolutely love him to death, and I want to make sure that I keep sharing this until I see his goal raised and reached. He's at $9,000 out of $20,000 for the medical bills. If you guys, he is an independent, basically an independent contractor for comic book artwork and stuff like that. So if you guys are able to, please donate. If you're not, please share, right? And then also say a prayer for Mike. I know he would greatly appreciate that. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about briefly, very, very briefly, because I don't think I need a whole story, pull up the story or anything, but apparently, yeah. So the Steam machine in gaming is, so it's not going to come out when they wanted it to come out because, well, all these AI companies are doing absolutely stupid things and gobbling up the entire market when it comes to anything that has to do with compute power. And we should all shame them. We should all shame AI companies because they're basically making the market more terrible for all of us. So the Steam machine I was very excited for is not going to come out. And then when they do finally decide to release it, it's probably going to be wildly expensive. I had a theory that they were going to come out and try to drop that thing for like $400 or $500, just based off of what technology was at the time. Then everything changed like 2 weeks later, and I'm sure that completely screwed up their plans. But I had a theory that they were going to come out and they were going to probably try to dominate the market with low pricing. Which is why, if you look at the specs of it at the time, people were saying, yeah, you could basically go out and build a machine like this for like $500. There were several channels that went out and did it. Oh, Oh, sorry. I'm still fighting a little bit of the ick. Not as much of the ick on Monday. Oh, the ick on Monday was horrible. And by the way, if you're dealing with the wintertime ick, I am so sorry. It's horrible. I hope that you get better. And I hope that you've been at least cozy at your house. Because the ick is not good this time of year. But anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, there are some things. Okay, so this is a channel called Deep Humor, and it says, these aren't real people. Let me pop this up real quick. And from Deep Humor, these aren't real people. Let's see what they've got. Oh, Jacksepticeye. Oh, goodness. Okay.
So a big conversation going on YouTube right now is that YouTube has lost its soul. I mean, Dan TDM, one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, literally said the soul has gone on YouTube. And what they're referring to is the fact that,
I mean, yeah, potentially. That's a thing. I mean, what was the soul of YouTube? It seems that everybody says this every 5 years because the space changes and the fads kind of adjust and change. And there are very few YouTubers out there who are able to stay on longer than 5 years. The average lifespan of a YouTube channel is like 3 to 5 years. And then after that, people die off and go away. And it's only a rare few that stick around and have long time careers.
that AI has been taking over the website, and also just doesn't seem like most YouTubers are authentic anymore, genuine, down to earth. Well, I'm going to show you guys something today about the most subscribed YouTubers on the platform, and it's going to make you feel a little bit sad, but it's also going to be a wake-up call that we need to make YouTube more about the people again than about AI and corporations. So let me show you guys something real quick.
Okay, that's interesting. I like the premise so far.
100 YouTube channels of 2010 list, right? So in the red, there's going to be actual YouTubers, people who make videos by themselves or with a small team of people, and the black is going to be a corporate brand. So as you can see, in November of 2010, these are the top YouTubers, the top 10 over here. Only 1 out of the top 10 YouTubers at the time was a corporation or a brand. The rest were all real YouTubers. I think the only one that I actually saw was Machinima.
I didn't watch hardly any of, well, in 2010, I really wasn't watching YouTube, to be perfectly honest. I came into the YouTube, like watching YouTube as an entertainment medium, as like TV in way late to the game, like 2014, 2015 is when I really got into YouTube.
Like I said, who either make all their videos themselves or with a small team of people. As you go down into the top 25, only 4 of the top 25 channels are corporations or brands.
Okay,
so you guys see where I'm going with this.
15
and so if we go
ago.
throughout the entire list and see exactly how many corporations and brands were in the top 100 in 2010, it was 80% real YouTubers and only 20% corporations or brands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I love, okay, the little words he's popping up. That's great. She's like, shut up. Basically, he knows. He's like, yes, I know. He's like, I got to get to the point. I love the self-referential humor here. This is great. I love when people are like, oh my goodness, I need to shut up and I need to get to the point. But I also understand he's got to let people kind of know the premise, right? He's got to set people up for the premise.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So exactly 20% of them. This was a time when YouTube was, you know, I would say at its prime. YouTube was really a time where people...
I think he is categorically wrong there. I think he is categorically wrong. I think YouTube, despite all of the quasi-political crap that was going on, was really at its prime, like 2015 to 2020. A lot of the channels that I was watching at the time, they were like, whether they were counterculture channels or whether they were just like game theory, film theory, death battle, those would have been like the big, like the more the mainstream ones. I mean, CinemaSins like was hilarious back in the day. And then it starts to really fall apart around like 2019, and in 2020 it just tanks. Like I really feel like YouTube for me was at its prime between 2015 and 2020, and that's predominantly because that's when I got into it, and that's when a lot of people that got into it, and that's when you saw a lot of growth on the platform for a lot of other creators. I was watching a ton of Airsoft at the time too, and really good, solid, quality channels out there telling story, playing Airsoft. One of my favorite Airsoft channels back then, and the guy literally bowed out because he was like, well, I had to make the decision to either do this full time or do my day job full time, and like this was just not going to pay. And so, but Matt the Musketeer did an Airsoft channel, and his storytelling was unbelievable. I definitely think 2015 to 2019 was the prime time years for early YouTube. And I'll say early YouTube because, I mean, we're still kind of in the infancy of YouTube being YouTube. I don't know if it's going to die off. Could last another 50 years, could last another 2. We have no idea. What do you guys think? When was primetime YouTube for you?
Could just turn on a camera, make funny little skits, make funny little music videos, and succeed that way. Now, I'm going to show you guys a list, and this is not going to be from 2026. I'm going to first show you guys a list from 2019, and I want you guys to see how much the website changed from 2010.
We're already there. We've already got your premise. We're more than 2 minutes into this video.
Remember that the black is corporations and brands, and the red is actual YouTubers.
We understand the premise. You don't need to repeat it. Again, we're almost 2 minutes into this, and you're starting to repeat some stuff.
2 of the top 10 YouTube channels in the world were actual YouTubers, either themselves or a small team. The rest were all companies, corporations, or mainstream.
Now, by top YouTube channels, are obviously referring to they're referring to subscribers, right? And out of a lot of these, I mean, PewDiePie definitely hitting it. I mean, Justin Bieber, oh my gosh, he was a thing, wasn't he? I forgot about him. Yeah.
Celebrities. Even if it is an individual like Justin Bieber, obviously Justin Bieber doesn't run his YouTube channel. It's run by his team. Of course. If we go over to the top 25 YouTubers in the world in 2019, only 9 of them were actual real YouTubers. As you can see, you have Mr. Beast over here in the top 60, but obviously he's number 1 now. And just take a look at the difference between how much black you see over here as opposed to how much you saw in 2010. There is way more.
What this comes from is corporations paying for botted subscribers. Right. This was also the time after they made the flip from really caring about subscriber count to watch time. I would love to see this, but I would love to see, because this is subscribers and like views. And my guess is these lists are all based off of that. I would love to see this list, but based off of watch time.
Red over here, which obviously signifies that YouTube used to be run by actual YouTubers.
You don't need to go back.
When you go ahead,
we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this. You don't need to keep scrolling back up.
See how it was in 2019. Now you are seeing way less red, which just shows that YouTube is slowly being taken over by corporations, brands, and mainstream celebrities.
But are they?
And now we're going to take a look at the list right now, 2026, and we are going to see you are seldom going to see an actual YouTuber on this list, even if we go down to the top 100. So for argument's sake, let's start it at 2024, November 2024. So when we go ahead and take a look at the list right now, the vast majority of the channels over here are either mainstream celebrities
and these are companies. And I was right. These are subscriber counts. These aren't watch times. And the platform really doesn't care about subscriber count anymore. It cares about watch time, right? If you want to get put on the front page, if you want to get it promoted by YouTube at all, have your videos shown, you need people watching you. You need to be compelling. You need to have a personality that doesn't scare people away, right? And a lot of people were doing that stuff back then. That was why, again, you did get a lot of sanitized personalities back then, but you also got some of the firebrands back then too. And that worked from like 2015 to 2019. Obviously, 2024, and you have this scrolling thing here, but this is all subscriber count. I would love to see how all of these are faring in watch time, because and actually viewership. Because again, subscribers don't matter on YouTube and have not mattered on YouTube as a metric for a very, very long time. Now, they matter to the creators individually, because the creator individually loves knowing that their subscribers are there, they're watching their videos, how many people are talking about them. Like that is an important metric for us as creators. And I say us, I mean, God, yes, I'm a creator, but I'm not really a creator. Let's face it. I'm a guy who does this as a hobby on Mondays and Thursdays at this point. But I really think that if we wanted to break this down, I would want to see these numbers in watch time.
And corporations. Mr. Beast is the only actual YouTube content creator, and even he now is a corporation and a company, basically. Who is at number 1? T-Series, which we all know is a company, is number 2. Coco Melon 3, Said India 4. Vlad and Nikki, which I believe is like a real YouTube channel. And when I say real, I meant like authentic, down to earth. But when you actually look at it, it actually looks super corporate and branded as well. Something tells me these vlogs aren't just being shot by their parents. I'm assuming they have a whole professional team and everything. 150 million subscribers on a kids channel, and kids channels are another category that is absolutely taking over YouTube as of late. If you were to actually do a calculation, which we will do here near the end, of channels that aren't either a kids channel, corporation, or a brand,
crap
there's
plays
probably
so
only going to be a
freaking
few
well.
YouTubers on planet.
And sorry, I won't talk about it. The reason these channels like this do so freaking well is because there are parents out there who will just hand the iPad or turn the TV on for their kids, and they will just watch. And the parents won't even check to see if it's good content that the kids are watching. And by good, I don't just mean like actual stuff that like teaches their kids anything like that, but parents will just put stuff on and walk out of the room. And let's face it, they've been doing this shit since like the 70s and 80s. Come on, the latchkey kids movement was, oh, mom and dad were gone all the time, so I just watched whatever I wanted to on TV. And it's like, well, society kind of cared more about what kids were seeing back then. And, you know, nowadays, it's, oh, well, it's on YouTube. Just let the kids watch it. It's fun colors, and it's, you know, yeah.
Earth that make it to the top 100 that don't fall in those categories. But regardless, yeah, as you guys can see, Mr. Beast is in the lead. But if you go ahead and look over here, who is someone over here that a lot of people would consider a real down-to-earth YouTuber who just started at humble beginnings making videos in their bedroom and stuff? Yes, Mr. Beast used to be that, but now he's a huge company and corporation. The only one that I see in this top 20 is going to be PewDiePie over here. There is this Stokes Twins channel that I've seen getting really big.
PewDiePie was retired. Is PewDiePie still doing videos? Last I heard, he moved to Japan and married a Japanese girl, and he's living his best life, having kids, and, you know, like, is that? I thought PewDiePie retired. Is PewDiePie still doing? I never watched PewDiePie. I couldn't get into his stuff. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. I just never really got into his personality as a content creator, you know. But, you know, I'm also a stick in the mud and have no fun, and, you know. Apparently, I'm the youngest boomer that everybody knows. I'm like, screw you people. How is the audio, by the way, guys? Is the audio good? Do I still sound like my voice is blown out? I can hear it. It still sound. I need to figure out what's going on. I might just need to shut down the system, restart the system, and then unplug some cords and stuff. Please tell me if the audio sound. Does my voice sound blown out right now? Please help me, chat. Help me, chat. You're my only hope. I don't look as good as Princess Leia, but, like, you know, I try. No, I won't try. I'm not putting on a Princess Leia bikini for you people. No.
Like, it consists of just 2 people, but upon taking a look at their channel, it looks like they are just making Mr. Beast type content as well. Super hyper clickbait videos, and these guys are getting over 100 million subscribers that way. So the Mr. Beastification of the website is very, very well into effect, and the most successful videos consist of these hyper colorful thumbnails where extreme stuff happens. Like, yeah, I'm sure this 10-year-old definitely just went ahead and stabbed him with a butcher knife, and I'm sure he actually just chainsawed these 2 conjoined twins in half. Obviously, it's all clickbait garbage, but this is what YouTube consists of nowadays, and this is why people are saying that.
Okay, YouTube has consisted of clickbait garbage since its inception, and whenever they make a change to the system, and there have always been wholesome creators on the platform too, but whenever YouTube makes a change to the system and new people figure out how to gamify the system, to which they always freaking do, everybody's like, oh my gosh, YouTube is over. It's not, but there are still people today that come out and they do stuff in their house. They do, you know, they're just turn on a camera, make a video, share their thoughts, and then they blow up. That still happens. Now, are they going to get this absolute mass market appeal? No, but most YouTubers don't want mass market appeal. Most YouTubers want to appeal to their niche, right? It's like, I want to appeal to my niche. What is my niche? I have no idea. I'm a beer drinking redneck that talks about video games, life, barbecue, history. What is my niche, chat? I do nerdy things. I do redneck things. I don't know how to market that. Somebody tell me.
YouTube doesn't feel like YouTube anymore. And another thing that I'm sure that a lot of avid YouTube viewers can agree on is a lot of the most subscribed channels in the world, I feel like I've never even heard of them before. Yes, I understand that there's.
Yeah, but why do you? Oh, okay. But why do you feel like you need to have heard of some of these most subscribed channels? Like, YouTube is fantastic for me because I subscribe to the channels that I watch. And largely, it's people sitting in front of their camera, sharing their thoughts, talking about the things that they enjoy. Very much the stuff that I do here. This is the type of content that I enjoy. I do the same type of content. I watch bowling videos where people go through bowling. I watch barbecue videos where they show you how to cook some awesome recipes. I watch cooking channels. I watch history videos. And it's all from actual people. Why does it have to be the largest channels out there that matter to every single individual viewer on YouTube. I would argue that is in fact not what you. I feel like that's the wrong metric.
There's an entire world out there. YouTube is a huge website. You can't keep an eye on all the content out there. But for example, the Stokes twins, which I was just showing you guys, I haven't even heard of this channel until they hit like 100 million subscribers. And that's because I'm going to assume the vast majority of their fan base are all children, which is what I wanted to get to now. So now we're going to actually do a little bit of a statistic here with the top 20. And let's go ahead and actually calculate which of the top 20 channels in the world right now are actually just real YouTubers doing their own thing, as opposed to a company, corporation, brand, or some sort of kids channel. So I've heard of this Kim Pro channel recently as well. They have famously, or I guess I should say infamously, passed PewDiePie on the list of the top 10 most subscribed YouTubers.
Okay.
And as you can see, they're shorts merchants. So they just make a bunch of YouTube shorts and they're able to get their audience and revenue that way. But
because YouTube is pushing shorts, again, people figured out how to gamify the system, still trying to see what the problem is here.
from the videos themselves, it actually doesn't seem like it's super high production value. It actually does seem a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more YouTube style. So I will give these guys the benefit of the doubt and include them in the real YouTuber section. Like I said, I haven't seen a bunch of their content, but just...
Okay, I'm sorry. This sounds like this is the boomer yelling at clouds meme. Chat, this is the boomer yelling at clouds meme. I don't know if you know this, bro, but music today sounds different than it did back in the 50s. Music in the 60s sounded different than music in the 50s. You have eras of entertainment medium, right? And certain mediums blow up, and certain types of mediums or certain types of content in those mediums blow up bigger than others. And there are people who figure out how to gamify that and make it freaking work. There is a thing out there called, oh gosh, what is I think it's called the Millennial Note, where they go from like singers would go from like the 3-5 back to the 3. It's like 3-5-3-5-3. And again, that was a very popular thing to do. That's just okay. I hope he has a great conclusion.
For argument's sake, we'll keep him in the list.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, I would have included Mr. Beast as well, but as you can see, he is a huge corporation and brand now. I mean, he's making his own theme parks.
He started as a YouTuber and reached the pinnacle of what a content creator would want to do. Why would you? He started as a creator. So it's oh my gosh, this is the guy who's like, I liked them back when they were indie, but now that they're popular, they've just lost their soul. That's this guy. That statement he just made right there is exactly that. Yes, Mr. Beast did these. Of course he did. He grew. Most people are annoyed by him now, probably most likely because he's just overly popular and he does gimmicky ass videos. However, that being said, to be like, well, I'm not going to consider him a real YouTuber because the fact of the matter is he's just a corporation now. He's no longer just a guy talking to his camera. But he started out that way, grew his brand that way, is largely known that way. And yet, because he grew to a point that you don't like, he gained popularity to a point that you don't like, you don't consider him as a real YouTuber? Okay, that makes zero sense to me.
He's having his own Netflix shows and everything like that. So he's going to go into the corporation and brand section for sure. And even when I went down further in the list of the top 20, like for example, I've never heard of this channel before. It is again, another Mr. Beastification type content, super colorful.
Oh my gosh, people are riding the wave. People are riding. You guys remember back in the 90s when grunge took over the fucking music scene? Like, do you guys remember that? You remember when grunge took over the music? You guys remember when hair metal took over the music scene? Right? You guys remember when pop country became wildly more popular than anything on the planet? Right? But how about when rock and roll, was stolen black music that white people were stealing and making money off of, which was a thing that happened. It's kind of funny, which is why it's so funny that, Eminem made the joke that, he was the best thing to happen to black music since Elvis Presley. He knew. But again, you have, this is just the Mr. Beastification. Yeah, and you could say grunge was the Nirvanification of the mainstream music. Like, come on. This is true in every era.
Thumbnail, super high clickbait. And
Yep.
It's just like, okay, well, I guess this is what YouTube has become now. You'll notice that a lot of these really highly subscribed channels that
Dude,
it seems like
okay, YouTube was already this back in the day. Channels were doing this crap back in the day too. The difference was the user base of YouTube, was radically smaller than it is today. What you're seeing only seems bigger today because there's just more people on the platform. Yes. But this has always, there are channels out there that are like the eras of YouTube. This was popular. There are channels out there that have covered the eras of YouTube and how different content was wildly popular, especially based off of how the algorithm calculated watch time versus views and this, that, and the other thing, and advertisements and family friendly. And then there was political BS that was going on and behind it. Like, come on, this is not the thing that he's saying it is.
really heard of before. A lot of them really do follow this same exact principle of what Mr. Beast does in his thumbnails. I mean, this is what YouTube has become. So even with these types of channels, even if they necessarily aren't a company or a corporation, I'm going to include them in that section. I know I said I wouldn't, but you know, it's my goddamn video. So I'm going to do it.
So he's just going to change the metrics, do dishonest reporting based off of how he feels. Okay, that's...
So in the entire list, I only see PewDiePie. We'll throw KimPro in there as well. Why not? It seems like it's not super highly produced content. And then I was going to throw in this Alan's Universe person in here, but once again, it's the Mr. Beast type of content, which brings the grand total of the top 20 most subscribed YouTubers. Which ones of them are actual content creators doing their own thing? It's only two, PewDiePie and KimPro. Think about that. Let that sink in. That is actually...
Based off of metrics you just said, it's my video, so I'll change them. What? So because people found a thumbnail style that actually works, you're just gonna flat out be like, but I don't like them. They're doing thumbnails like Mr. Beast, so therefore they're bad and they're just contributing to the bad. Bro. I was gonna share this video in the chat. Nah, I'm not gonna give this guy any more view. I mean, he's got way more subscribers than I do. Come on, dude. Come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, I've never seen a Mr. Beast video. I've seen a couple Mr. Beast videos. I've seen a couple of them. They're all right. I mean, they ain't not my jam, but you know what? They can be fun for somebody. And yeah, you know. So I there's nothing overly what's the term? Voracious? I'm trying to use a big word here. I know this word, voracious, veracity. Right? There's no veracity. I'm not using that word correctly. Anyway, point being, there are different eras of YouTube and different things that work on YouTube based off of the different eras. And the fact that he was just like, well, I can't include these people because they use thumbnails I don't like. And he's even like, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but it's my video, so I'm going to change the fucking rules based off of I don't like their thumbnail? Dude, that's dishonest as shit. Well, I can't include Mr. Beast as a YouTuber anymore because even though he started out the way that I like, he's grown to a point that I don't like. He's popular now. How can I possibly like a popular person on YouTube when they used to be so small like me? Fuck off, dude. Come on. Oh shit! Hey, I finished the beer already. Dude, I fucking love channels like this that just go out And they're like, I'm going to present to you some objective information, and then I'm going to make it not objective, so that way I can just make it sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking. He didn't even go deep. He didn't even deep dive on any of this. He's like, do you see the view count? Do you see the subscriber counts here? I'm like, yeah, okay, fucking cool. Like, yeah, subscribe. Okay, yeah, they're subscribed too. I get you. I got you, boo. What's new? Well, now, yeah, and a lot of people pay to be on the front page of YouTube, and people subscribe, and guess what? I bet a lot of those, all right, so let's go to, T-Series is from India, and I know that they get a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we got T-Series, you can get an idea of what content YouTube is pushing by going from an incognito tab. I was going to search a lot of these, but I figure like a lot of these are probably going to have, quite a few hundreds of millions of views. And I realized that. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, yeah, of course they're going to. You can get it. And again, yeah, I can go in the incognito tab or I can do this thing that I do. And I can look up content that I want to watch as a viewer, and I can also not watch content that I don't want to watch as a viewer. If YouTube has content on it that I enjoy, and it has content creators on it that I enjoy, and a lot of these content creators are actually doing very, very, very well, why would I care who the largest one is? Ask yourself that question. Like, are they kicking these people off the platform in order for these larger ones to do the thing? Or is it like, and again, this guy here, he had to make, the only way he was able to make his point kind of, and I don't even think he made a point here. He was like, did you know that corporations have all the fucking views, have all the subscribers? Like, well, yeah. You know also why? YouTube replaced TV because it's cheaper than cable. And so people who would watch a certain type of content on the TV are now over on YouTube watching a certain type of content over on YouTube. And it's like, this is just super clickbaity, just like, this is just garbage content. Yeah, dude, most people watch garbage content on television too. I'm sorry, that's it. Like, keep in mind, there are people that still watch the fucking Simpsons. The Simpsons hasn't been good for 20 years. 15 years. I'll give the Simpsons until maybe 2010. No, because I even stopped watching them before that. My God, yeah, no, Simpsons hasn't been good for 20 years. There's still people that watch that. There's still people that watch fucking Family Guy. I laugh my ass off at Beavis and Butthead because Paramount shares Beavis and Butthead like full, like short, like 5-10 minute long skits on Facebook. Are you gonna tell me that Beavis and Butthead is more highbrow content than the stuff that you just highlighted, Deep Humor? Are you going to tell me that the funny shorts that people watch to laugh at is highbrow content more so than what's getting subscribed to? These are just corporate owned things. Yeah, okay. What is that? Are they getting views? Are people subscribing to them? Are they watching? Well, only because they're corporations and they have money. Or, hear me out, they have money because people watch them. I think you have an imaginary idea of the type of content the least common denominator watches. I have no idea what this guy's point was. Hey, you know, back in the day when YouTube wasn't really watched by anybody in 2010 and most people weren't on YouTube. Yeah, did you know that like more like regular like you know, back when like the corporations didn't pay attention to this other social media thing that they could get on? Did you know that more just like people and not corporations were watched in 2010. Now, look at how, oh my God, it's all corporate. It's like, yeah, dude, that's surprising to you? That the landscape of YouTube has changed when other people went, oh, hey, all the viewers are over here on this website. We should probably put all of our stuff on this website that's over here. What? Come on. Come on. Deep humor, you got to try harder, dude. You got to try harder. Of course, then again, I guess I got to try harder too because I only have 3,000 subscribers and he's got 200,000 subscribers. So, yeah. People are like, you're going to criticize a channel that's got so many more subscribers than you? Fuck yeah, I am. Of course I'm going to criticize it. I'll criticize the shit out of anybody. I criticize a channel that's got less subscribers than me. I might even tag this person, be like, Deep Humor made no point in this video. I might tag him. I don't know. I might do it just for drama points. And I'm going to throw this in the VOD too. I might do it just for drama points. And be like, there was no, like, what? I don't know. If he would have had a decent conclusion and I'm a minute and a half, should I finish the video? Fuck it. I'll finish this video just to say that I did. All right, just to say that I did.
Actually crazy, and this is only going to get worse. I'm gonna sound like Bardock from Dragon Ball Z because I'm always trying to start some sort of mutiny or something, but really, just think about it for a second, right? We as YouTubers, we as content creators, even if some of us are shitty content creators like me, we have lost control of this website. YouTube is not about the people anymore. It's not about the actual creators. It's about companies. It's about corporations.
YouTube has been about the viewer for a long time. If it, like he said, he's like, even if you're a shitty content creator like me, I like the self-deprecating humor. I do. Points for that. But YouTube is and should be about the viewer and what people want to view. It shouldn't be about content creators. Now, there's a happy, healthy relationship there, which I think was mostly met in 2015 to 2019. Like I said, viewers were getting what they want. Content creators were growing. Awesome. But again, this idea that YouTube should be for the content creator and not the viewer, this is for the viewers. Why do you think this content is taking over? Because people are fucking watching it. Duh.
It's about the Mr. Beastification of content. So
Dude, we get it. We get it. You have a hate boner for Mr. Beast. We get it. You and so many other people do. Guess what? You don't have to like Mr. Beast. You don't even have to watch him. That's okay.
I'm not going to sit here and do what I usually do and bitch and don't offer a solution. I actually do have a solution for you guys. Please support real content creators. That's all I can say. It doesn't have to be me. It can be whatever type of...
I do. Most people that I talk to do that. Most people that I talk to would say that I watch too many mainstream YouTubers. And these guys are like gun tubers and bowling YouTubers. There are people who have like 100,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, like, I don't watch people who have subscriber counts at my level because I tend to think they have poor production quality. Hey, guess what? Probably why people don't watch my channel either, because they're just like, this guy doesn't have good production quality. And I respect you for that. Just go watch a real YouTuber. Dude, the people who are watching your channel are probably already doing that. So you're literally just shouting at the clouds to the people who are already shouting at the clouds just to get them to agree with you. You didn't do anything in this video to reach out. But I tell you what, why don't you do a video like this where you do a Mr. Beastification thumbnail? Get people to click on it. Get people, make a point, reach out to the people who are going to click on those thumbnails and actually make a difference.
YouTuber that you guys like, but please actually support real content creators over companies and corporations, because if we don't, we are really...
Why should I support a real content creator over a company or corporation if I get more enjoyment out of the content that a company or corporation is putting out? Why? Tell me. For some sense of moral superiority? This is entertainment. This isn't faith or religion or anything that's important. It's entertainment. If somebody makes content I enjoy, I will support it, whether that's a regular content creator or it's a company or corporation. I don't need to stand on some moral fucking high ground to be like, well, I just don't watch the mainstream media, because you know what? Eventually, the guys that I like to watch have grown to a point where they're mainstream and people don't, like, dude, they got, oh, I liked them up until I watch fucking Death Battle. And do you have any idea how many people are like, I liked Death Battle until I saw that they were obviously politically motivated? I'm like, shut the fuck up. They make comic book characters fight on screen. Like, are you... And not only that, you showed in this video you're willing to shift the goalpost just to make your point. Mr. Beast, a YouTuber, always been a YouTuber, known for being a YouTuber, grew his channel, grew his staff to a point where now he is known worldwide. And you said, I can't consider him a YouTuber anymore because he's too fucking popular. Because he's just a corporate man now. I don't know if you know this, if you watch Mr. Beast or ever have seen an interview, this was his goal, was to grow and be the best and be the largest on YouTube. And he did it as a content creator. And yet you just sat here and be like, I can't respect him anymore. Why? Because he figured out how to crack the code. I can't respect channels that are doing the Mr. Beastification. Why? Because they're following the cracked code? What kind of kindergarten logic are you using? It makes no sense, Deep Humor.
Going to lose this website to all these companies, and we kind of already have. But I know 2026 is the year that everyone's talking about, the great meme reset and bringing things back to the good old days like 2015, 2016, around that time, right?
Never
We're
heard
talking
this.
about the fact that the AI bubble is going to pop and everyone's really excited for that. I mean, shit, look at this chart in 2016. A lot of these companies and corporations, they were still not even able to sniff PewDiePie's ass at the time. But now most of them...
Because most people in 2015, 2016 weren't on YouTube. You're completely discounting the migration of people off of terrestrial television to YouTube. How many people were watching YouTube on their TV, on the YouTube TV app in 2016 versus how many people are doing it now? There are so many metrics that you're bypassing to simply try to make a point that you have completely failed to make. Dude. Yeah, I get it. Oh, companies and corporate. Yeah. People have always watched companies and corporations over indie creators. Do you know why? Because most people associate companies and corporations with quality. Now, we can disagree with that as our generation who grew up on the internet, who can go, no, you can get good quality shit on the internet from indie people that it's not what it used to be. It doesn't matter. You have to understand indie, small-time creators, even people who have smaller counts, that number associated with that means something to people. When you go on Amazon and you look reviews, do you get the toaster that has, 25 reviews and it's $50? Or do you get something that has 10,000 reviews for $35? You probably get the one that most people said, hey, I like it. But it was cheaper, so obviously it's only good because people bought, or hear me out, people bought it because other people were saying that it was good. People watch it because they see that number next to the name and it's growing. Then you get the migration of, go look at the amount of boomers who are watching YouTube now versus terrestrial television. The numbers have completely changed since 2016. The landscape on YouTube is entirely different, and you're not adding those metrics in. You pulled a single metric and made no point. You didn't say, well, guys, this is obviously because companies and corporations have been pouring billions of dollars into making sure that they're seen on the homepage so that way they can get likes and clicks. You didn't make an accusation of botting, which is probably good for legal protection. You really were like, do you see 2010? Now look at 2026. Do you see 2010? Look at 2026. What was your point? That the landscape of YouTube has changed in the last 16 years? No. Really? The landscape of content viewership has changed on YouTube in 16 years? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I tell you. I didn't know that the landscape of viewership and the landscape of content creation could change so radically. Yeah, no, I actually fucking did. That's like, it's literally true. Go look at the evolution of television shows. Are you sideways right now? Look at how movies have evolved over the last 50 years. How storytelling has changed. Come on. This guy got almost 100,000 views on this video, and he said effectively nothing. He said effectively nothing. But you know what he did say? Mr. Beastification, which is a trigger word for people that go, ah! I hate Mr. Beast. He's ruining my platform. How? Are you still watching the people that you want to watch? Well, yeah, of course I'm watching the people that I want to watch. Okay. So then why are you mad? Well, because other people aren't watching the people that I want them to watch. But they're not you. And other people get to choose who they want to watch. I don't know. This just sounds like some moralist high ground shit to me. Yeah. Yeah, so Deep Humor, I might actually tag him in this and just respond and be like, bro, dude, you missed the mark so bad on this. Like, it's not even funny. It's not even fucking funny. You made no point. You made an observation. The landscape is different than it was in 2010. Good for you. You can look into things. Now, next time, go in and do a data analysis set. Okay? See how metrics have changed. Fuck yeah, I'm going to tag him in this. Of course I'm going to fucking tag him in this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out the VOD. I'm going to go to the chat because the chat's here with me right now, live, and you're not. But you should be on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central. Thank you, YouTube. Back to the chat. All right. Mike has bad knees. What we've really found out is that most people will watch almost anything that's put in front of them. But that's been true for always. That's not, yeah. You can, sometimes I'm just curious. It's not shade. No, I didn't think you were giving me shade. Mike has bad knees. Thank you for attacking me with your name, though. My knees are getting fucking worse. I should have been nicer to him when I was younger. Who decides what a real content creator is? Apparently this guy. Like, apparently Deep Humor does. Like, yeah. Or come up with some evidence that there's a conspiracy. Not even a conspiracy, but just pull the data points. Like, dude, it's not just different now because there's bigger numbers. It's different now because the demographics have changed. Like, they've opened up to regions on the planet that are different. In 2010, YouTube was not in as many countries as it's in. Like, what are you talking about here? Like, this is... this was such a vapid video. And again, he made sure to say Mr. Beastification. Dude, that's a trigger word for some people. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So people figured out, okay. But don't you think that's bad? Well, I mean, no. I don't watch that content, but guess what? Lots of people watch that content. Why do you think people make that content? Like, these people, they just spaz out, dude. They just can't stand that the type of content that they enjoy watching is not what the greater population does. I don't know if you know this, but in the law of averages, if you take the average intelligence of a person, which I would assume that I am of average intelligence. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I've never taken an IQ test. I'd probably fail that. I'm probably not even average. I'm probably like in the retarded pool of intelligence. But anyway, assuming that you are a person of average intelligence, maybe you're you're in the 50 to 51st percentile. That means that 50% of the planet is dumber than you. Which means that at least 50% of like 8 billion people are going to watch dumber content than you. And that's assuming that you're in the 50%. And the smarter that you get, the more people are dumber than you. And the more people are going to watch dumber content than you. I don't know if you know that, but that's how numbers work. It's not even math at this point. Maybe it's a little bit of math. But people are dumb. And they watch what makes them feel good. And why do you care what people watch? I don't fucking know. Oh, God. I don't think he said to actually share those real YouTubers instead of just watch. So not only did he say nothing, he said to do nothing as well. Oh, my God. He didn't even be like, yeah, bro, like, no, take your favorite content creators, share them, show other people the people that you interact with so that way they can enjoy it and they can hop on the bandwagon with you and we can grow real people, motherfucker. Let's get, yeah, no, he didn't say none of that at all. None of that at all. That's a great point, Liu. That's a great point. There's a lot of people that have huge audiences that I don't understand, but I don't waste any brain cells trying to figure it out. Dude, it's like, my kids watch shows and I'm just like, man, it's not my thing. Guess what? Sometimes my kids watch a show that I like and I'm like, oh, dude, I really love this. This is super cool. Now, if they watch a show that me as a parent, I'm just like, this is not good for them developmentally. I say, hey, turn that shit off. No, you don't watch that. Stop watching content like that. It's not good for you. Even if they're not saying anything bad. But I, as a parent, do that with my kids. Oh, dude, that was a terrible video. I need to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour 2. I'll be right back. You guys remember that? Please tell me you remember Rush Hour 2. I love that movie so much. It's so freaking good. Yeah. Let's play that. I'll be right back, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That song, by the way, is by an independent music creator known as Chill Kid, who is a friend of the channel, has said, I am allowed to use that. That is the Guns of the IMS Star Shatter, which was made for Black Knight for his Star Shatter series of books, who is another independent creator. Oh, I love this jam. It's so good. So good. Love this song. All right. Man, I don't know. Videos like that, they have an interesting premise. It's like, okay, cool. And then they just make circular points until I get pissed. It is very spacey. Well, yeah, so Star Shatter is an independent science fiction novel series. It's got like 11 books in it. First one's a little rough. I've heard the rest of them get better as time goes on. Also, I've played Star Shatter, the tabletop RPG that the creator came up with. He lives in Bulgaria and would still be up in the middle of the night to do games with us. I really need him. I need to get him together with someone who will keep us. I don't want him to go away before he can to put that entire rule set in a thing. I need him to put that entire rule set in a thing. I'm actually going to ask him, and I will never share it, but I'm actually going to ask him if I can have the entire rule set, and I will have to buy all the books and read all the books, but I do not want that game to die. It's so fucking good, dude. It started off with like the Pathfinder 1E rule set, and then he's just adapted it and tweaked it and changed it over like 20 years or something like that. It's just insane. It's so good. It's so good. The lore is so good. But yeah, I still think he needs to make it into a tabletop RPG and put it out there and sell it. I really do. Oh, I think he would crush it. But anyway, let's move on. Nope. Oh, God. I'm pressing way too many buttons. Pressing buttons and sounds are happening, and yep. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to tag the Deep Humor guy. That was ridiculous, man. Oh, God. Goodness. Oh, goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first terrible video of the night. Let's see how many more terrible videos we're going to watch. Don't know why I'm doing voices tonight. Little hyper. Might have drank 2 energy drinks on the drive home because it was a 2-hour and 45-minute drive home. So I drank a couple energy drinks, get my energy on, and now I'm here with you.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. I didn't ask you to play yet, YouTube. YouTube started playing. You just ruined. Apparently, this was shared in the Discord just a few days ago. If you're not in the Discord, you should be in the Discord. How do you get in the Discord? By clicking the link that I am about to share. I should obviously share my Discord. I don't usually share it, but I should. Here's my Discord. There you go. Awesome. So yeah, if you're not in the Discord and you have a video that you would like me to react to, and by the way, when I say that you'd like me to react to, it's not because I think I'm like some popular or something like that, but I could go and I can find a bunch of links and stuff that I'm interested in. But I don't do this because I'm interested in just having a conversation with myself, and that's oftentimes what I do when I just have links that I view. I want you guys to share with me. You're my community. I love talking with you guys. I want you to go in the Discord. I want you to share videos. I can't watch all of them, but if you got 3 or 4 of them, like I'm live every Monday through Thursday. Have me go and be like, hey, I saw this, thought it was interesting, popped up on my feed. What do you think? I'd love to share this with you, to have that conversation. I love talking with people. And this is the best way that I know to talk with you guys. And so it's really helps me get into your mindset and see what you guys like, and puts me in a different place. And sometimes I'm shown videos that put me in my place. Not this last video, that last video. No, I'm absolutely tagging that guy. Start a war with him. I'm so bad at Discord stuff. It's cool Mike has bad knees. But if you went into Discord and you go into what's called the tap room discussion, you just say, hi, my name is Mike. I have bad knees. So does Royce. He gets mad when I point this out. And people be like, hi, Mike, thanks for making fun of Royce for us. We appreciate you. Because that just be how my Discord is. They like to watch me suffer. They're like the dominatrix I never wanted or asked for. But they're there. And they don't even let me have a safe word. And that's how my Discord is. I want to shut it down, but they told me that I'm not allowed. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so apparently this independent creator, Adobe, is killing their indie game. Let's get over here. I like indie. I like game. Let's see. I don't like Adobe because they're stupid. Let's see what he's got to say.
Oh man, isn't it always the way that when things are going smoothly, things are tracking well, you have a lot of momentum on a project, boom, that's when you get blindsided and things go sideways.
Potentially, depending on what it was, how it happened, that could be a prep issue on your end, potentially. Or, again, you get blindsided by something you just had no ability to even foresee. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Well, this morning, thousands of creatives, including myself, woke up to an insidious announcement from Adobe.
Insidious. Interesting. Guy needs to lower his gain. Is that audio wicked loud? I'll roll his audio down. I'll roll him down. I'm sorry. Thank you. Tell me if it's loud. Okay, we'll roll him down.
Yes, the same Adobe that was recently investigated for anti-consumer behavior. Well, that Adobe,
yes,
in all their hollow corporate wisdom,
absolutely,
have decided to eradicate the popular and widely used animation tool Adobe Animate, and in so doing, decimate a large section of the creative industry, including
I really don't like that the videos being shown are arguments that are making me defend corporations. Why is it bad that Adobe went, we have a product that's not making us any money, so we're going to get rid of it? Like, well, obviously people were paying for it. How many people? Did it even add up to a rounding error on their spreadsheet? If it didn't, they probably got... I'm going to listen. I'm here. I'm going to listen. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try.
Threatening the future of my indie game, Blood and Mead. Now, I used the word...
Oh, I like that. Looks so good. I like that art style. Oh, he's got the reflections in the water. Ooh, bro. Okay, I can see why he's mad. I don't think he's mad for the right reasons. Okay.
Eradicate. Because they're not just trying to end the software and, no longer support it.
Right.
No. You see, that would be fine. You see, what they're doing is much more sinister. You see, they want to lock us out of our own animation files. They want to stop us accessing the art files inside the software. I mean, there's absolutely no reason.
Okay, I'm not defending Adobe now. Say that what?
Lock us out of our own animation files. They want to stop us accessing the art files inside the software. I mean, there's absolutely no reason for them to do this. It's absolutely crazy. And people are understandably freaking the hell out.
Yeah.
Truly vile that Adobe are opting to kill
Do we know why?
Animate Flash.
Wait, how are they doing this though? Are they just saying, "Hey guys, we're ending"? Like, if it was this like a live service type of software where they have to continually keep doing it, and then like once it's done, like you never owned it anyway, therefore you never owned it anyway, therefore once it's done and over, like you're not gonna have access to any of this stuff. Is this like a consequence of it? Are they just? I mean, if they're ending their product and they're straight up just like, "Hey guys, we're ending our product. Oh, by the way, once it's over, support ends. We're just gonna, we're gonna shut it all down." I mean, I need more I need more here. I need more.
With no contingencies in place for the thousands of animators, including every single one I work with, who are going to lose access to the program they've been mastering for up to 3 decades. This is an industry-killing move.
Probably not an industry-killing move because I haven't heard about this until now. What industry is this killing?
And here's Chicken Nugget, a massive independent cartoon show on YouTube with millions of subscribers. Adobe Animate is the program we use to make the show. This decision will not only harm countless jobs in industry, but render so much past creations as lost media. I'm hoping they reverse this decision for the sake of animators everywhere.
Wait, you don't have a contingency plan? How do you not have a contingency plan? How do you not have a... What?
Why on earth are you discontinuing Animate, one of your most popular apps? Why do you guys keep doing this? Not working on it anymore is one thing, but why?
Wait, is it the most popular app? Okay. Oh, I don't like it. He got me on his side, and now he's like, read these tweets from people who have unsupported evidence. They just got salty drawers. I need evidence. Give me data points, please, people. I need data points.
I strip away access to? I mean, what the...
Are you surprised there are no contingencies? Do people not have backup plans? Like if my computer dies tomorrow, I can still do YouTube. Not only can I still do YouTube, I can also still produce it to about the same quality. It'll be from my phone. But do people not have backup plans?
Actual fuck. So I just want to say, Adobe, I hope you lose your entire user base.
They're not
because that's exactly what you deserve at this point.
They're not going to use their entire user base, so that's a baseless wish from a guy. Why? What? Okay, I need more evidence from this. Show what Adobe said about the move. Read an article. Say what, like, show.
And I say this as someone who has been for a long time a fan and supporter of your software. I used to go to all the road shows in my city.
Oh no. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is an ex-brand loyalist who found out corporations don't care about you. Shh. Don't tell everybody else.
Back then, I was such a supporter that I was even invited to a private dinner with the Australian CEO of Adobe.
He just found out that Adobe cares more about money than them. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, I need to breathe. Oh god, fuck, I'm crying. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. How it hurts. Oh, fuck. Fuck, what? That's so funny. Okay. No, I can't. I'm not even laughing because of the stupid shit that I started laughing at. I'm laughing because I'm trying not to laugh anymore. Fuck. Breathe. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. That is the funniest thing. I'm sorry. I think it's so fucking funny when brand loyalists realize that the brand doesn't give two flying fucks about them. And they get so much salt poured into their drawers. Oh, this guy has salty drawers so bad. It's so funny. Oh my God. Okay. Whew, I'm lightheaded. Oh my. Okay. I will attempt to keep it together for the rest of this video.
Adobe and their senior management team. Back when you guys still had some shred of decency and integrity. So
Adobe hasn't had a shred of decency and integrity in multiple decades.
this was a message that was sent to everyone. We're contacting you to let you know that Adobe will be discontinuing Adobe Animate on March 2026. As an existing Animate user, you may continue to use Animate, but please note that technical support will no longer be available after March 1st, 2027. And here comes the big one. Please note that access to your Animate files and project data will end on March the 1st, 2027. To ensure a smooth transition, we encourage you to export your Animate, FLA, and XFL files to other formats such as SWIFT, SVG, MP4 before this date. Now, this suggestion at the end is completely laughable. You see, Animate uses an FLA file format.
Yes.
In that FLA, you have a timeline with art and animation that's created and embedded in that timeline.
Yes.
You can't just export it out to a compressed MP4 format.
He is correct.
It lives in that timeline.
Yes.
The FLA is the file. You can't separate the two without destroying the work.
So how about you have over a year before this happens. So why don't you find a comparable program that will do what you're wanting to do and export those files and find out a way to, but it's not easy. I promise you, there are forums out there who have talked about exporting from Adobe, who jumped on the I hate Adobe train or Adobe fucked me over train years before you did, fanboy. Okay? Years before you did. It's okay. Adobe isn't killing your indie game. You're going to kill your indie game if you don't bob and weave and adjust.
It's absolutely ludicrous. It'll be like making a
Guys, it's so crazy that the brand that I'm loyal to is not loyal to me anymore. and they're telling me to do things that obviously make no sense. No, a corporation would tell you to do something that makes no sense. No. Come on. No.
Suggestion to patch a flat car tire with a chicken sandwich. Like, it's completely illogical. And it just shows how ignorant they are to their own tooling and what it actually means to the community.
Yep.
Here's one from Kenny as he quotes their idiocracy, to which he replies, "They literally have no idea what their own software does or how it works."
Probably because the people who made that software are no longer in the company. What is this called? It's called Adobe Animate. All right, let's go on a trip, chat. All right, let's go on a trip. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. If you have children, you know that song. Okay, so let's see. Adobe Animate revenue year by year. Why is my caps lock on? 2D animation, micro trends. Do I want the AI overview? I'll click on this website. Probably shouldn't. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can make heads or tails of this. Adobe Animate. All right. Adobe revenue. No, that's Adobe revenue. No, I wanted Adobe Animate revenue. What the Adobe Animate, a 2D long-term animation, has been Adobe's Cloud for 25 years. Yep. Discontinued. Don't care. Specific annual revenue figures for Animate are not publicly disclosed. Okay. So, Adobe Animate, which generated Animate approximately 20. Dude, they're not even publicly disclosing what Animate makes for them, which means that most likely Animate doesn't even add up to a fucking rounding error. Which means if it doesn't add up to a fucking rounding error, they're getting rid of it because it probably makes no money.
And that announcement, the wording, is so nonchalant, like there is sunsetting some technology that nobody is using. But that could not be further from the truth. This decision by Adobe will impact so many people's livelihoods and careers.
How many people? Let's do another search. Adobe Animate active user base, right? Right? Is that what we're going with? Adobe Animate active user base. Why is my caps lock on? Adobe Animate continues to have an active user base. Available. Don't care. Do we have numbers? Do I want numbers? Existing users. Selling. Active user base. Numbers? They don't even share the numbers of it. How many users does Adobe Creative Cloud plan to have? No. Still no. I'm not finding anything. I probably have to type in a different search term. But there are so many users, like you guys can kind of see here. There are so many users on this platform. They're not even actively reporting it openly online, which means that if you don't have enough people to actively report on, then you probably don't have a platform that's worth supporting anymore. But what do I know?
It's still very widely used by cartoonists, animators from every spectrum of the industry, all the way from students to hobbyists to professionals. You know, my day job still uses it extensively in our pipeline. And of course, I'm still using it in my game Blood and Mead. And again, if this was simply a case of them wanting to retire the tool.
I love how they were like, look at these member berries. Do you see all these shows that were made with the thing that that's going out? Don't you want this thing to continue? Fucking no! Why? If there are other tools out there that can be used, why would I want a program to live on forever just cuz? But Danny Phantom was made with it. Fucking and? Okay. Bro. Oh, man. I'm sorry. This guy is straight up like, I was a brand loyalist and the brand betrayed me. Yeah. I don't know if you know this brand loyalist. They don't give a fuck about you. They like money. The thing you were doing didn't make enough money, so they're getting rid of the thing that you were doing. This is not shocking to anybody.
That's one thing, but they want to lock us out of our files.
Yes.
What if a game like Castle Crashers wants to do an update or roll out some kind of an expansion? They won't be able to access their files under this.
Yeah. Sounds like they need to transfer those files and figure out a different program to do it in. Or build another game in a different program. But do you have any idea what you're saying, Royce? Yeah, I do. This is what happens. Woman? She's talking shit, chat. She's talking shit. Anyway, yeah, this is what happens when you're using other people's software to do your thing. Do you think I'm gonna bitch if like OBS is like, hey guys, by the way, we're not gonna let you use our streaming stuff out? Yep, match it. Shut up, woman! Don't you be like that. I really like your hair right now. Anyway. Yeah, this one I might not finish. I think I've seen all I need to see. I laughed way too hard at this. One, to even keep my focus. Guys, Adobe Animate is owned by a corporation that's going to discontinue something that is not making them money. It's going to disrupt so many people's lives. Yeah, probably. Guess what? Every time something's discontinued, it disrupts people. But what about the livelihoods of these creators? They need to bob and weave, figure out something else, figure out a different way. Yeah, okay, but they're going to lock us out of our files. Not if you download them, not if you get them, export them, have them on your computer, find another program that will accept them, learn to use another program, and then continue working with a different program that accomplishes your goal. Sorry, that's my favorite thing to do tonight. I don't know why. I think a boss mask from fucking Star Wars. Ma'am! This is a Christian Minecraft server. Giggity. Oh, goodness. Yup, mad shit. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. People stopped making... You guys didn't hear me bitch when one of my favorite companies stopped making video editing software, or actually another company bought them and they changed the software and it absolutely sucks. No. I changed softwares after my 2013 program that was only optimized to use 4 cores of my computer, completely destroyed my CPU, and I had to send my computer off for RMA work. I did not know at the time I was the reason that my CPU got tanked. So I switched to a different editing software. I didn't get mad that the company didn't do that. I just switched editing softwares. Take your files, export the FLAs, find another program that does exactly what you need it to do, which I would imagine that they're out there because other people make games too. Export them to a new program and continue building your game. This does not seem like a very complicated issue. We live in a world where corporations seek money over favoritism by their customer base. The fact that you're bitching about this is wild to me. And guys, in 2026, we still have fanboys. Gentlemen, this is crazy to me. In the year of our Lord, 2026, we still have fanboys. I stopped being a fanboy of shit in like 2012. I could tell you the day I stopped being a fanboy over shit. It's the day that Kathleen Kennedy did that interview and said, we don't have any comics. We don't have any things that we can't dive back into this. We have to make our own original stories. 3 months after they discontinued all of the, what do they call it? Star Wars Legends now, but it was the EU. Yeah. How long ago was that? That's the day I stopped being a fanboy. You know why? Because I realized that these people, if they're willing to lie to me, they're willing to lose me as a customer. And I bowed out of Star Wars then, and I bowed out a lot of stuff then. And I realized I don't need to be a fanboy of stuff. If a game comes out and they release that one game, and I go, ooh, I like this one game, it makes me a fan of that game. Doesn't make me a fan of the company, doesn't make me a fan of their future releases, makes me a fan of that game that I played. Buddy of mine, I was talking to my buddy the other day, and we were talking because I went back. I just started kind of deep diving on The Witcher again. I put almost 30 hours into The Witcher 3 again. I just have problems with that game. I need to separate myself from it and come back to it later. But he was like, he goes, he's like, it just kind of irritates me that like you went into The Witcher 3 like thinking the game had something to prove to you. I was like, Matt, I go into every game. I go into every movie. I go into every television show with that mentality. I am dedicating my time and energy to this game, to this television show, to this piece of entertainment. To YouTubers. Of course they better prove something to me. I'm giving them my time. They better fucking prove that they deserve my time. I did it with Expedition 33. Glad I did. Love Expedition 33. What I don't do is say, oh, you did one good thing right here in this moment in time that forever absolves you in the future. You can never do anything wrong. Why? Because I'm not a fucking fanboy anymore. And I'm smart enough to know in 2026, corporations don't care about customers. They care about dollar signs, and they care about what their stock price is. If you're mad because Adobe is discontinuing Adobe Animate, get with the fucking times and realize this was coming. You should have had a backup plan years ago. Export these files, find a program that works with them, do some research, stop being like, I only have 13 months until they're going to make my file. You have 13 months. You could find a new program in 15 fucking minutes, and then you can spend 24 hours researching the deepest depths of that program, and then you can export your files to that new program that's not going to shut down in 13 months. And guess what? If that program doesn't work out, you still have 13 months minus the 24 hours that you spent researching stuff. Am I just the asshole of the internet today? Because so far I've made fun of a channel with 200,000 subscribers. Now I'm making fun of a channel with God knows how many subscribers, but is mad that because I was a fanboy and they invited me and I sat down with the CEO of Australia and like, okay, fucking and you can't export your files and find a new program that will accept them. You can't do 24 hours worth of research to find out the best way to export the files for your game, import them to a new program, and then use that new program to finish your game. What the you can't do that? Dude, you're building a fucking video game. You gotta be smarter with tech than I am. Fuck, it can't be much different than going into the directory of an old computer, copying a directory file from an old computer, putting it on a USB drive, taking it over to a new computer, plugging it in, and then throwing that directory in the exact same spot of a program. That's how I transferred my OBS to my new computer. It can't be much harder than that. Like, you're building a fucking video game and you're telling me that you're not smarter than me? I'm a drunk fucking redneck on YouTube. Come the fuck on. If Adobe is killing your indie game and you're not smart enough to figure out how to keep it alive without Adobe, maybe it deserves to fucking die.
Have you thought about a Midol?
No, it might help. Does it help stupid people be less stupid? Huh? I'm not a women's, though. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you, bitch. My wife's over here talking shit. Thanks for watching this VOD on YouTube. If you don't agree with me, that's fucking fine. You can... I'm sorry. I just have no room in my life for this level of ignorance. Chat, what say you? I'm sure there's a degree of complexity that you're not seeing. Maybe. We live in a world where hospitals are still running Windows XP machines because of don't random software that they can't find a replacement for. That's hospitals and medical. Fuck, I just about spilled my beer all over the place. 2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna search something on this thing called the internet. I'm also gonna take my caps lock off because I don't know why my caps lock is on. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go. What programs can I use instead of Adobe Animate? Question mark. Okay. All right, several programs serve as a strong alternative to Adobe Animate depending on your needs. Oh my god, you might have different needs. Let's look at this, chat. Let's look. Chat, let's look. Okay, so over top free, we've got Synfing Studios idea for vector-based rigging and morphing animations, offers parameter links, plus 50 layers, though UI is dated, right? Okay, so UI. Krita, best frame by frame, Open Tunes, so there's some other stuff here. AI and web-based alternatives, okay, so those are the free opens. Professional industry tools, Toon Boom, Harmony, cool, awesome, TVP. Okay, so there looks like fuck me, dude. And if I was an animator building a fucking video game, I could probably go look up all of these things and watch videos on. I don't know if you know. I could look. You know what? Let's look at this. Let's get chat. Pick one. Chat. I want you to pick one, please. Child, stop looking at me like I'm insane.
Don't tell me I'm wrong. But you are.
Okay. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're out of line, but you're not wrong. Anyway, my daughter's looking at me like, chat, you're over here, but you're over here. Chat, okay, do we want to do Synfing Studios? Okay, do we want to do Filmora? Or do we want to do Toon Boom Harmony, which is the professional industry tool? Which video should we look up on YouTube right now? Let's do it right now. Come on, chat. Chat, you've got 3. We're going to do Synfing Studios, which is the top free open source option. The AI web-based alternative is Filmora, and the professional industry tool is Toon Boom Harmony. This is just what the AI gave me. Chat, I'm waiting. You're going to make me wait, aren't you, chat?
They're gonna still make you.
Well, no, there's a 20-second delay, so everything that I'm saying doesn't come through the interwebs to them for 20 seconds.
I see.
Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to do this, you got to learn how the interwebs works. Try Toon Boom. Okay, that's Toon Boom. So Toon Boom Harmony. And then we're going to go over to the YouTubes here. So we're going to go Toon Boom Harmony Review. Okay, Toon Boom Harmony Review. Okay, so now, all right, Toon Boom Harmony, Jazz's Toon Boom Harmony Review. There's 10 years ago, 6 months ago. Maho versus, okay, 5 reasons I picked Maho over Toon Boom, okay. Oh, see, look, oh, now we're starting to learn about that more. Toon Boom Harmony versus Maho. Now we're starting to learn about more. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I don't even know about 2D animation. All I did was just look up some video on, and now they're showing me Toon Boom Harmony versus Clip Studio Paint. They're showing me some other stuff, right? Right? Oh, wow, look at this. Toon Boom Harmony versus Cartoon Animator. So this is like an animator thing. See, I don't even know about this. Maybe this doesn't work for me. Maybe this is for cartoons. Can you do video games in it? I don't know. Maybe you can do video. Maybe it's not. Right? Okay. How about this? How about we go with Adobe Animate versus After Effects. Toon Boom. Oh my goodness. And I can look right here. Adobe Animate versus Toon Boom Harmony. Oh my gosh. Look at this, chat. Look at this. I don't even make video games. And I was able to use the internet to potentially find alternatives for this guy who's like, I'm gonna lose all of my files in 13 months. And it took me 13 minutes to find potential alternatives for him. I just fucking can't with people. I hope if this guy can't, if Adobe is killing his indie game because he can't use the 13 months of time that he has to figure out a replacement for this, his indie game deserves to fucking die. But there's no perfect alternative. No shit, Sherlock. Life isn't fucking perfect. You make do with the fucking cards you're dealt. Here's the cards you're dealt. You've got 13 months to make a play. Fucking make one. Good golly gosh, Scoob. Sounds like these guys need a Scooby snack to get over their PMS. Fuck. What you didn't see is what it would be like to migrate existing project to an alternative. They have 13 months to migrate projects. I don't need to know how long it would take to migrate a project. All I need to know is that it's possible. You know how I know it's possible? Because you can migrate anything. You just have to learn how. And for people who are supposedly developing their games and they're so fucking passionate about it, they have 13 months to figure out an alternative, figure out how to migrate, figure out the kinks and problems, do all of the research necessary in 13 months to make sure that their games don't die. I was able to go and in 13 minutes find alternatives to an industry I didn't even realize was in trouble. And I promise you, you give me 2 days on this problem, I will solve it for every one of these Adobe fanboys. I'll learn things about this program they probably don't even know. That's just because that's how my tism fucking works. My tism works on fucking anger and fucking beer. And I am in high supply of both of those right now. Every file, if you can export the file natively and save it to your computer, you can import it to a new location. There are going to be issues. There might be some compatibility stuff you have to work with. There might be some things you have to work with, but you can still do it. I know because I've talked with people who have done what these guys have done. They've said the old thing didn't work anymore. I had to export the file and go to a new thing. I've talked with indie game developers who've done this. They were like, yeah, that was a big hiccup. It kind of sucked, but you know, I figured it out and I did it. And I'm like, oh, cool. And they're like, yeah, now it's not that really that big of a deal. If they're deep into a project and then they have to stop and migrate. That time and money required could kill the project if they're independent or on a thin budget. Okay. I have a question. If they're independent, though, and they're not working with anybody else's money, then if they don't have a game out right now, like, they could still keep working on it. You mean to tell me that things happen and it throws a monkey wrench into your plans sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right. But that's what happens. Like, Mike, and I'm not trying to be mean to you, dude. I've seen stuff like this before. There is a way to overcome it. And it oftentimes involves quick learning and bobbing and weaving and doing this. And if it's large files, yeah, it might take a few days to export everything. And it might take you a month to relearn how to work this new program well enough to continue editing and continuing with your game. Absolutely. But if you're as driven as somebody like me is to learn things, I learned how to edit videos in like less than a week. It takes time to edit videos and do stuff like that. Now I just do basic edits because the format online has changed. More people are receptive to just long form type videos like this now. I can clip stuff out and just post it. More people are receptive to that because the era of YouTube has changed. So I do less work now to put out effectively videos that get the same viewership that I've always done. I adjusted with the times. Now it made it easier for me. But again, and I'm not saying that it doesn't suck what's going on with them, but they can make it happen. I have no idea what's required, so I'm just trying to see both perspectives. No, and I'm trying to see their perspective too. But whining and complaining online that Adobe isn't your friend anymore is not the way to go. Finding a new program that works is the way to go. Backup plans are important no matter what field you're in. That's how the game is played. Absolutely, Chatsu. Chatsu, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. Same tism, just coffee instead of beer. Please don't activate the hyperfocus. Dude, sometimes it happens. Hey, Royce and chat. What's going on? The Merc Lounge. The Merc Lounge. Who are you? I feel like I know you. I've seen your name before, but I don't remember you. Please help. Chat, if the Merc Lounge doesn't answer who they are and I don't know who they are, we're going to say stranger danger. And then do we ban them forever or do we let the stranger in? I don't know. I have successfully blown out my voice, though. I can feel it. And I am now pushing my voice into imitation mode to make it sound like normal Royce. It doesn't hurt yet. I'm almost at the fabled 2-hour mark. I tell you what, chat, on Monday, this next Monday, I will try to go long for you, chat, only for you. And we'll hit the 2-hour mark and we'll watch more than 2 videos as long as I don't yell as much. I feel like you guys love me more when I yell. Merc Lounge. It's a great Rickverse channel. Oh! How do you grow your channel then if stranger danger? Well, see, that's the secret. I don't grow my channel. You have to have talent to grow a YouTube channel, don't you know? I have no talents. That's my secret. Oh. I yelled way too much tonight. Absolutely gonna be yelling at people. Channel growth. What's that, right? I don't grow a channel. I just shout into the void and yell at people. Oh my goodness. Good golly gosh, chat. I appreciate you guys being here with me. And Mike, Mike has bad knees. I appreciate the fact. Oh, boobs. What the fuck? Hey, whoa, wait, whoa. Wait, why are we saying boobs? What? Gotta pay attention, Chad. No, I appreciate, but Mike, like I said, I like when you guys are just trying to provide an alternative perspective. And you're gonna, and here's the bad part. You guys are like, hey, what about this? It could be hard to migrate this stuff. And then I'm like, okay. Now, because you guys are in the chat, you can do 1 or 2 sentences, then there's a 20-second delay. I see it, obviously, then I can respond in full paragraphs and talk. I don't ever want you to think that I'm writing you off. But as always, until next time, cheers, everybody.